Whoa, well, it's 8:01. You know what that means, folks. It is time. Welcome aboard, everybody. We are here again here, and let me just adjust the view a little bit here. Okay, so for those of you who are just joining us tonight, we're going to talk about some good tool deals that we found, and we're going to show some of our hauls that we've gotten this week. And we're also going to show you, we're going to pick the 5 lucky tool winners who entered our 70,000 subscriber tool giveaway that we've been running since last week. And it ended, let's see, it's 8:02 right now, so it ended 2 minutes ago. So we will be free then to draw these lucky 5 winners here. And I can tell you right now, the tools are getting better all the time too, as to what we're doing on the giveaway here. So let me just see here. I'm trying to pull our live thing up here now so I can bring up the chat and check out everybody here. So yeah, Gerson says hi, Jeff, and MB Forward just checked in, and so did Derek Walker. Well, hello everybody. And Robert there and Leonard says he enjoys your videos. And yes, I went to Lowe's and got that stack of the Versa stack. That's funny, because they didn't have it in our store last night when we were there doing that live stream. So maybe they'll come in. I don't know. But you think that the stores would have had all of these things in already, because Father's Day is a week away. Sometimes people are buying stuff that they're going to mail to Dad. So you would think they're going to be shopping 2 weeks out ahead of Father's Day. In fact, I sent my dad his card just a few days ago. So anyway, Jason Chalanek just sent us a $2 holler. Thank you so much, Jason. And that really helps too. Every little bit helps, because man, we buy so many tools for these giveaways here. Let's see what else. A lot of our regulars checked in. Paul here from Newport Richie. He's always in here with us on these live streams. And John Anderson and La La Land and Stuart Liu, they're all checking in now. These are our usual suspects, okay? And let's see. Green Rosetta says, "Hey Jeff, thanks for all the help in your videos." Well, you're welcome. We're very happy to make these videos, especially when we're doing the most difficult repairs. Those are the ones I like, when we're knee deep in rice paddies doing our remodelings on the foreclosed properties that we take over. And man, let me tell you, we get some really damaged properties. So that we're always glad to help out other people. And let's see, William Johnson just checked in from Kentucky. So we get people from all over the world. Usually I'm waiting to see if Gerson checked in. I think he's from Brazil. So we usually have people from Brazil, Malaysia, that check in. Sometimes even guys from Russia. Today, somebody from Fiji watched our video and was saying, "Man, I wish we could get some of those tools here in Fiji." There. Rick Washak just checked in also, and so did Jason. Jason Rubright says he got his 10% Lowe's coupons. Thanks for the tip. You mean this? You got these? Yeah, so for those of you who are maybe new subscribers and don't know, you can go onto YouTube and you order these guys right here on YouTube. You do a search. I'm not YouTube. My brain's fried. It's a long day. You go on eBay and you type in Lowe's 10% coupon on eBay. And you'll find these, and these have already been spent at Lowe's, so you can't use them at Lowe's. But what you can do is you can use them at Home Depot as a competitor's coupon. And Home Depot doesn't scan the barcode because it's proprietary to Lowe's. So all they do is they just take it from you and give you the 10% off discount. So I typically buy like a group of 20 of these for like $10. So I always have a stack of them. But I'm glad you mentioned that though, Jason, because I wanted to give you guys a warning. If, as you know, on Black Friday, I warned you guys about you can't use this on the buy one get ones. So any of these tools that are the BOGO deals, it won't work on those. Okay. So then this week I went to do a BOGO, and I knew it wouldn't work on any of my BOGO tools like the Ryobi buy one get one, but I had some other like tools and parts in my cart, and they wouldn't allow the coupon to be used with that, because there's something in the register that's blocking off all promotions whatsoever, even if the part isn't part of the BOGO or whatever tool you're buying. So my advice to you guys, very important, pay close attention. If you're going to buy a BOGO tool set, any kind of buy one, get one, do that first. Put it in your cart, pay for it, take it out to your car, then come back in and buy all the rest of your stuff that qualifies for the coupon here. because you're not going to get the discount on it. For some reason, I guess they did it as like a smart bomb, poof, to make sure that no discount whatsoever gets past the cash register on a buy one get one tool. So I just wanted to point that out to you. That was on my bullet items here of topics I wanted to bring to your attention here tonight. And then the other one too is that, let's say you have a legitimate one of these that you can use at Lowe's. Right now, we noticed in February that they stopped accepting these for appliances that are on sale. So if something is already being discounted, they're not applying it. So Lowe's has apparently gotten pretty smart to that, and they're not giving you any further discounts. I used to, right up until last year, when I was buying appliances for my foreclosure condos that I'm remodeling, I'd go in there with this thing here, right? And I'd find the cheapest stainless steel appliances that were discounted even, and then still get another 10% off of this. So I'd be buying a $1,500 appliance suite and getting 10% off. I'd be getting $150 off, but Lowe's put the kibosh on that. That's not going to happen anymore. So now you have to weigh when you're buying appliances there. You got to weigh, do I want to get something that's on sale, or do I want to get something that's maybe not on sale and apply 10% off or whatever. But just make sure you're using a valid one of these when you go into Lowe's. You can't buy the ones off eBay that have already been used. You can't use them there. All right, so I don't want to dwell too much more on that. Let's see. The Nerdy Family says, "What up from Maui? Love your live videos from the stores, because my stores are over an hour away. Holy cow!" So that's like one of those pack the family, pack a picnic, like you're going to the beach when you go to Home Depot. Then, huh? Man, I've heard from a number of people who live really far from a Home Depot, and I have two like within 5-minute ride from my house. You know. And little Ewa says, "New subscribers, love your vids." Ernie Adams back. He's another one of our regulars that's always here with us. And he says, "Jeff, you'll have a to-do on how to install a pre-hung door." I don't, but let me see. We did some door repairs, but you might want to look at some of our door repairs, because you'll learn a lot by how we had to fix structure on the side of the door frames to keep the doors from sagging, like French doors. We had one like that, and we had a front door repair as well. There's Gerson from Brazil. I just got done mentioning Gersa. He's one of our farthest away visitors. And I'm still hoping that one day somebody from the International Space Station checks in with us, okay? So I guess we have enough people here. We can probably start looking at randomly choosing the winners. Let me just see if there was any other questions that came in. So Jason says, "You saved me thousands on deals and gave me great tips on installing a dishwasher and flooring transitions." Thanks, Jeff. Well, good. Yeah, those are two really common ones, and especially those flooring transitions are really tricky, and particularly when you're up against the sliding glass door, because most of the stores, including Home Depot, don't always carry that threshold piece that you need that goes right up against the sliding glass door. That's always irked me about stores like Home Depot and Floor and Decor, because here they sell aisles and aisles of wood flooring, but not the right transition strips to terminate at a sliding glass door. That's called a threshold piece. So I often end up having to go down to Lumber Liquidators and pay like $80 for two 6-foot pieces. That's where they really get you, man, is on the little accessory pieces there. And Del Ritchie says he's a first-time watcher. And Jason Rubright just sent us a $2 holler. Thank you so much, Jason. And let's see, John Spitzley checking in from Michigan. How are you guys doing up there, John, with pressure-treated lumber? That's been coming up a lot. If you saw our live stream last night, we showed you that our Home Depots and Lowe's down here are just jam-packed. The whole aisle's packed with pressure-treated lumber. But up in the Midwest and in Massachusetts, everybody's telling me they're empty. They're wiped out. They can't get anything. No fence posts, no nothing. So I just wanted to hear from other people in the Midwest area there. And Fernando Harrow says, "Hello, Jeff." Fernando from Apple Valley, California. I like that. Farthest away on the west from us right now, because we're here in Florida here. And let's see. Who else do we have? Apollonia and Manglikmont. I hope I pronounced that right. Said cool. And La La Land back again for another one. Said Jeff's always alike. First thing. It's funny. Some of my premiere videos, like an hour before it's gonna actually start, there's already people putting thumbs down. I have what I call my what should we call them? Troll groupies. That their sole job is to just vote me down before the videos even get started. I like that. Anyway, Eric Gonzalez says, "What's going on, Jeff? Found your channel and gotta say, great vids. Keep up the great work and congrats on 70K plus subscribers. You got a new subscriber from New Jersey, so you're right around the corner from Vince and the boys, the very cool gang. Have you ever seen any of their videos? They do some good stuff too. Their tool test raws are pretty good." And Anthony Hernandez says, "Hey, Jeff from San Antonio. Love the show. I used to be in San Antonio when I was like 7 years old. We lived there for 3 years." Okay, so I think we're just about caught up. We have Mark Lathrop from Tacoma. So I just wanted to see if anybody had any questions. So Rick said he was in Depot in Western Pennsylvania. Treated lumber racks were totally empty. Yeah, I can't figure out what it is, why one part of the country. And those are near the mills too. Aren't there mills up there in Pennsylvania? So I don't know. Maybe the supply chain up there is a little tighter than the supply chains we have down here. I don't know where we get our pressure treated wood from. And then Mark Lathrop is from Tacoma. Okay, so let's go. Jose Castaneda from Northern California. And Terry Mulgrew says, "Did you see my tweeted pictures?" No, I'll have to take a look. I haven't even been on Twitter today. I've been very, very busy filming videos. So what I want to do is I'm going to go over to I'm going to show you guys this. So this is the software here that shows, it's a company that runs these promotions. So I set them up on here, and I'm going to bring it up here on the screen. Then I'm going to flip the screen around and show you guys what it kind of looks like here. So this is the website, and I hope the camera doesn't freak out. Crazy. Hang on. It's the gimbal going crazy on us. There we go. Down, boy. Easy, boy. You got to go gentle with it. So this is the website here, and you're going to see right over here, I have these are the finished ones right here. So there's the Bosch Daredevil one and all that. So I'm going to go in here, and it's going to show me that 783 people entered for the Bosch one here. Okay, and I'm going to go to the winners tab here. So there's one prize, and I'm going to draw a winner. Now let me just show you guys something here. And I really can't, I can try to show their names a little bit, but I don't want to show their email addresses. So let me see if I can turn it away a little bit. When I click on that review the invalid ones there, it shows me a couple of names. So this one company like Flip Rimes Events LLC entered a number of our entries here, but left an invalid email address. So you can see right here it says invalid. So they invalidated their entry, because if it's an invalid email address, they can't check it to make sure that it's right. So that guy's not going to be able to win anything, unfortunately. So anyway, we're going to go right here. We're going to draw this winner here. So this one is for the Bosch Daredevil set here. And out of 282 possible names, it draws a winner. We have Brian Henault. And it doesn't say what, oh, he's from Ohio. So Brian Henault from Ohio. He was entry number 545. Okay, so we're going to come back up here and go to the next promo down, which was, I'm going to turn the camera a little bit right here for you. The next one here is the Milwaukee Insulated Screwdriver set. If you guys remember, that's this thing here. And we're going to choose that winner. And there was a total of 894 entries. And let's find the winner. There was 5 invalid people that applied on that one. So I don't know, people, why it's so hard to get your email address right. So we have one winner coming up here, and let's see who that is. So I'm going to tilt it away a little bit just to protect their email address. So the winner here is Howard Rosas, and he's from Fort Worth. So Howard, you are the winner of the Milwaukee Insulated Screwdriver set. And let me just reiterate, folks, because this happened last time too. When I email you guys tonight, make sure you reply back to me. I had 2 winners. In fact, both of these sets here were because on the last giveaway that people didn't ever respond back. So I don't know if it's because they had a bad email address or what, but if you don't respond back within a week, I have to go pick another winner. So make sure you get that right, guys. All right, let me go to the third one. This one's probably the most valuable one right now of anything here. That's that can of Lysol. And my sisters that live in Austin and Houston haven't even seen a can of Lysol since February. So this should be a pretty good one for somebody. So this one had 205 total entries. And we'll come back to the questions in a minute as soon as I get through all 5 of these. So we're going to draw the winner there. And ready to draw. So there was 80 people that entered this one. And the winner is Jonathan Martin, also from Fort Worth. So he was entry number 161. So I'll be emailing you guys later tonight after the live stream is over to let you know, and then I'll be asking you to send me your mailing address. And I'd like to get these out tomorrow, guys. So the quicker you can respond back to me tonight, the better, okay? So we're going to flip this back here. And the next one is the wet dry vac. That's probably the one that got the most attention here. So there was 2,621 entries in this one here. There's your wet dry vac. It says 2,621 entries. And let's see how many people actually entered it. So, because you can do multiple. So there was 635 users who actually entered this one. So that's a pretty good one. And the drum roll on this one, I know this is the one everybody's excited to hear about. And the winner is Bijan Abouye, and I hope I pronounced that correctly. Bijan Abouye from Redwood City, California. Redwood City, guys, is where I believe Oracle is headquartered. It's a big set of 5 gorgeous cylindrical shaped buildings that are just, it's a stunning campus. If you've ever been to Redwood City, you got to check that out. It's definitely worth the drive out there. Okay, and then we have one more, and that is, we got to go back to the top, and we have, the next one is this thing here, if you guys remember. These are the disinfecting wipes, the 4-pack that I got at Sam's Club. And I actually got another one over the weekend, too, which was kind of cool. So that kind of replenishes this one that I have to send out. So that would be, let's see, the 4-pack of Sam's Club is right there. So we're going to choose this winner now. So we had 370 entries there total from 134 different people. And we're going to draw that name right now. Let's see who it is. It just says Cassandra from Riverside, California. So good. So we got a couple of people from California, a couple of people from Texas. And I think that's all 5 of them there. So I'm going to turn the camera back around here. So that was pretty cool. Hey, and if you didn't win tonight, hey, don't despair, folks, because we have many more coming up. In fact, hang on one second here. Here's one of them that I got coming up for the next one, which we'll probably do at 90,000, which might take a few weeks. But this is what, here, I'll peer through here like the pervert. Look at this. So this is the gunmetal set, and I think this is 51 piece. So that's one of them that we're going to do on the next one. And wait, oh, there's more. We have the 105. So what I do is I try to go find all these toolkits that are on sale, right? That way I can, maximize how much we get for what we spend, and we can buy more kits. And where's it going? This is another one that's coming up as well too. So we'll be keeping them going there. All right, so let me go back a little bit to where we left off there earlier. And let's see, so we have Lamar checking in from Minnesota. So we got people from all over the place, Glen Taylor and Myrtle Beach. And let's see. So the reason why I got these, I saw these in there. And if you guys didn't notice, these, Diablo was bought by Bosch, actually the company Freud, So Bosch bought Freud. And so these look very suspiciously like these Daredevils here. Let me put these here side by side. And so I decided to get these. I was intrigued, and I want to do a tool review video that I'll start filming tomorrow, comparing these two. And then while I was in Lowe's last night doing my live stream, I found these spiders. So these are the stingers. These are the spider stingers. There's a 6-pack. So I'm going to compare all three of these together. Let me back up a little so you can see them. I'm going to compare all three sets in a tool review this week. And because they all have the threaded tips, so I'm intrigued to see how well these threaded tips are going to perform with these tool sets here. Now this was $9.98 last night at Lowe's. On Black Friday, these were $5.98. These were a door buster. So they brought it back. They normally go for $14.98, so they're sort of middle of the road pricing right now. But I thought I'd pick them up anyway for our tool reviews that we want to do. We have a whole lot of tool reviews to do this week. Let me see what sort of questions we have coming up here. Dope says, what's up from Los Angeles? I haven't seen you in a while. I know you used to be on some of our shop with me's that we did here. And Rich Proctor, Central PA lumber is wiped out. Something's going on up there, guys, in Central PA. And empty lumber, yeah, Terry Mulgrew says empty lumber racks in Ohio, too. So if you have a need for pressure-treated lumber, you'd better get it now, because I don't know if if that shortage is gonna work its way down south to us or spread out to the rest of the country. But that is a major problem for a lot of people right now that can't seem to get their hands on it. And Keith M says, first time on a live YouTube chat, have watched several videos. Thanks for the tool reviews. Helps us who are just starting out with DIY projects. Yeah, these are fun to do. Sometimes they're very long, a lot of hours. Some of these reviews actually take me across 3 days of filming, plus good 8 to 10 hours of post-production in the studio here. And let's see, Anthony says, have you done a review on the Ridgid compact 3-inch saw? No, I saw it in there like 2 weeks ago on one of the Home Depot live streams. I keep thinking maybe I should get it, but you know, at $99, I'm wondering, is it going to go on sale? Should I get it? Should I not get it? I don't know. I like the idea that 3-inch size is pretty good there. And let's see. Stuart says, great video, watching you every day. Good, thanks. And let's see, Ricardo Matias says, thanks for showing me the ropes. Well, you're quite welcome. And so OJ, let me see if I get this right. J Stevens says, hi Jeff, do you recommend the M12 fuel hammer drill impact combo or the M18 brushless combo, which is not the fuel? Yeah, I still don't know that much difference between the fuel and the brushless, but I know that a lot of guys swear by the fuel. And check the reviews on each one of these, comparing them, because you'll find other people that are much more seasoned that had maybe the M18 and switched to the fuel or went back and forth. So those people that use them every day have the best report on what worked and what didn't work, what they liked, what they didn't like. So that's my best recommendation to you for that. Oh, there's Flip. He says, so I didn't win because of invalid email. Yeah, what happened with your email, Flip? You flipped everybody out, man. So double check it. I don't know, maybe your server went down. I've had email issues before where I needed to get an important email, and it just, for whatever reason, the server picked that moment to not be up and running. But yeah, I would have definitely checked that and see. So, you know, these other tools I showed you that are coming up, hey, you can try for those on the next time. That should be coming up hopefully in another couple of weeks. And then Michael Pryor says, try entering the screwdrivers, but it seemed too confusing. Maybe it's just my phone isn't adequate enough. Yeah, I don't know how, what do they call it? The website that runs the giveaways. I don't know if they're responsive. That's called I think that's the term we use, the responsive site, meaning it works well with a cell phone. So I prefer to usually do entries like that on the computer, for sure. Koneman says, good evening, Jeff, and congratulations to the winners. Hey, you better stay indoors, Koneman. Your area's flaring up right now over there in Tampa. They were showing something like that on the news today. I'm like, oh man, People went out partying or protesting and probably got too close to each other the last couple of weeks. All right, so I want to show you guys. I'm going to make somebody mad now. Hang on, let me show you. Okay, so I went and did the Ryobi BOGO. So I got the charger there with the 4 amp hour batteries. And where's my prize? Oh, here it is. Hang on. Careful. And here it is. It's coming. Look at this. Everybody's looking for this right now and nobody can find it, but I got it. This right here is the 350 PSI sprayer here, the cordless power cleaner. So what this does is it runs off of their battery there, of course. You hook it up to your hose. And once you hook this up to your hose, now you got 350 PSI. So they advertise this on the box that it's 5 times more powerful than your hose. Your garden hose is basically 60 PSI. So by having this is 350 PSI, so it's 5 times the strength. So we're going to be doing we're going to do a tool review on this, of course, this week. And because I have some green mold on my windows that I want to see if it will clean it off. I want to see if this is enough strength to clean off like stains on our cement and all that, because normally we go and rent the big 3,000 plus PSI there. And so it'd be interesting to see how well this does. But I like this because it's compact. Now what's funny is I think each store only got in like 2 or 3. My store only had a few. The manager couldn't find it, and he goes and gets a guy from the tool department, and they couldn't find it for me. And even though I knew it was probably in the store, in their machine it said that there wasn't any in the store. I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense. So I went and found it, and I think the reason why none of us saw it is because we were expecting this to be in a long box. I didn't know that it probably is broken up into pieces here. So to see this thing there in that small box, I was like, oh, there it is. So there was only like a couple of them here on our shelf. I went into the Coral Springs Home Depot this morning, and they were most of the Ryobi display was wiped out. So if you guys were on the fence about anything, you better get in there now to get stuff, because it's just rapidly disappearing. And let's see, BWS Electric says he ordered the sprayer online when it was available the 3rd time. Cool. And Mito0055 checked in from Ocala. Yeah, that's not too far from us. And Rich G. Pilot says, I can't find that Ryobi 1 Plus ratchet that you showed. Not in Boca or Deerfield or online anymore. Yeah, I don't know. I think there was a shortage of tools this time, guys. And I don't know, maybe because of stuff not shipping from China. The people that do my cabinets, they come from China. And they were telling me, even right before we shut down, that they're not going to be getting any shipments until June or July. So there was already a shortage of cabinets coming out of China in February. All right, so there's that. And then from Milwaukee, let me show you what I got from Milwaukee. Where's my... Oh, here we go. Oh, this thing's heavy. All right, so this one here is the bigger battery deal that they had. This one was $299. So this is your 8 amp hour battery and your 6 amp hour battery here on this one with the supercharger. And so this was $299. And if you bought this for $299, I don't even know if I can lift this thing over here. Hang on. Oh, looky what I got. Oh, can you see? I can see it right there. So I got the tower light. Put this back over here. So, as you can see, I'm going to be spending the next week doing a whole bunch of box openings and tool reviews and stuff like that. With this light tower here, we have a special meter that measures light from LEDs. So it measures the lumens. So we can accurately check and tell you whether or not they're lying to us about how many lumens are in there. And we're going to do another video that checks like all of the lights that we own and everything. Here, like for example, see this one here? This one here, we're also going to do a review on this week. So this is the one that claims it's 300 lumens. I love this little guy. He looks nice and tiny there, clips on, 300 lumens. And I think it takes two, I haven't even opened it yet, but I think it takes two double A's. I'm not sure. But we're going to measure this one too. I want to see if these guys are lying about the 300 lumens. And I picked up last night at Lowe's this thing here because we're going to do a new video that checks all of the later stud finders. So we have this one. I have a few other ones that I've already bought, and I have to go get a zircon from Home Depot tomorrow, and we'll be filming a later version because we have another stud finders that we did like 2 years ago. So we're going to update that. But this is the one that makes me the most excited. So this one right here, I picked up last night in Lowe's. And this is a great deal because this one here, this is an 80 tooth and a 32 tooth blade for your 12-inch Dewalt miter saw. Now this one here normally goes for 69 bucks every day in Lowe's. Every time I go in there, I see it for that. At Black Friday, they had it for $39, and I didn't buy it, and I regret now not buying it because I went in like a week later and it was already back up to full price. And I was just really miffed about that. I was like, oh, I can't believe I missed it. So I went in there last night and it was $39.99 again, just like Black Friday blowout. So I went and I got this one. And when I was in there a week ago, if you go look back at our live stream we did a week ago in Lowe's, these were $49 back then. So I was almost on the fence of buying it at $49 last week, and I'm glad I waited because when I went in, saved another 10 bucks off on that. And I've already got one of these, but I decided to get one in the package new because I'm going to do another review this week too, comparing this one to the Milwaukee one that I showed from Home Depot. So you guys want to get those Milwaukee ones because they're going to run out and they're not going to get them back in. That's only, I think it's part of the Father's Day sale there. But the Milwaukee one comes with a reaming pen, which is nice too. So anytime you cut a copper pipe, you're only supposed to ream the edge, the inside, because there's that little ridge that's left from the cutting of the copper, and if you don't ream that edge there, you can get turbulence inside the pipe that later on can ruin your solder connections nearby there. So a lot of people don't know that, but it is an important part of plumbing that a lot of people get wrong. All right, so let's see what else we got. Oh, so Joey Gamer says, how do you enter? Am I too late? Yeah, it ended at 8 o'clock tonight. So unfortunately, you are too late. What we do is when we start one, we go live like I did last week. I went live and I said, okay, here's the tools. And then I usually put the links to enter it down in the video description below that video. So people have a week or so to enter. And then when I come on, like tonight we're doing now, we come on live. And the second I come on live is when I scheduled the contest to end at 8 o'clock. So now we're free to randomly choose the winners there online. So that's how it works. And like I pointed out earlier, guys, the next time we do these, make sure you're looking and you're double checking your email address there when you enter it into the drawing there, because that's how we contact you. And also the system has to, I think it validates your email address. So if it bounces for whatever reason, you're not going to get your entry put in. So I just wanted to make sure we all understand that we're all on the same page about that. And Mr. Raymond 1021 says, quick question, what do you think about the time on a 6 amp hour battery from Ryobi? I don't own one yet. All I have is the 4 amp hour batteries. So I don't know yet on that. If I come across one, I'll probably do some timing. So we started shooting some video of some of our batteries on an older blower that I have from Ryobi. If you saw the video we uploaded a few weeks ago, we did the Dewalt blower there, and we compared the battery time. We used our timer, we counted, we ran several batteries through there to show how long it lasts on each one of them. And the same thing with the blower fan here too. Let me show you this for a second. So I want to find out from you guys what you're seeing out there. Because see, all right, so this is the kit I showed you guys. We did the tool review video on this about a month ago. Really good video. You got to go see it. We did drop testing from 9 feet. We sprayed water on it. We did the battery tests on it. I paid $99 for this kit. So it came with the fan and the battery. And so right now, Home Depot has it on their website, I think it's $79. Let me see if it's 79 or 75. $79 is a special buy. That's a tool only. But I've had people tell me that they've picked it up for 50. So I want to know, let us know in the comments below. Have you seen it for 50 bucks? Because I can't even imagine it ever being priced that low, or how they would have gotten it for $50. I've also had other people tell me they got the kit with the battery for 75. So I don't know if they're making it up, or if there really was a store that was just trying to clear out some overstock on it. But so right now, this right here, just the tool only, is on the website. I'm looking at it right now, $79. All right. So let me know what you guys see out there. But I just wanted to give you a heads up on that, because some people are reporting back that they're getting really lucky with that. So I wanted to pass that info on to you guys. Let me see if we had anything else we wanted to talk about. Yeah, we had a busy day today. We were filming, because, you know, we have the other channel here, carbuyingtips.com. And if you haven't been on our channel on YouTube here, we've been online actually since 1999, where our team of consumer advocates has been protecting you, the American car buying public, against car buying scams. We've been educating you and protecting you and teaching you all the negotiating tactics and stuff. But over there, we started adding more videos to our channel over there. And we did some, we uploaded a nice video over the weekend on, if you guys have an F-150 truck. We have two King Ranch trucks that we got, that we were comparing. And one of them is a V6 EcoBoost, and the other one was a V8. And we took them out on the highway and ran a bunch of circuits there, and to compare which one actually gives you the best gas mileage there, fuel economy. And then we filmed another one today on doing the same type of test in the city, to see how it does in the city driving. So if you haven't been to our carbuyingtips.com channel, you got to go check that out too. Let's see. So Ishiban, one of our viewers, Ishiban, had reported. Let me see. He reported that, and I've heard other people say this too. They said that these spiders are not very good. So we're going to test that out and find out. They've said that other people have posted reviews that said that they were bad, but I haven't seen them. But you know, we're going to check this out. We're going to run them through the mill here and see. But I just wanted to pass that on to you guys. And let's see, what else have we got here? And so what are your opinions of the tool deals, the buy one get ones that we've gotten here so far to this week? Are you guys happy with them? Was it lackluster? Did you get what you wanted or not? One guy, let's see, Matthew Peters, he left a great comment. He said it was a craptacular promotions, is what is the way he described it. So he was a little disappointed. I got a couple of things, you know, I was sort of happy with what I was looking for. Most of the stuff that I really needed and wanted, I already got on Black Friday. Some at doorbuster prices too. So, but yeah, usually the Black Friday, the Father's Day, and the 4th of July are usually pretty good sale times. And then you get another little burst of decent sale prices at Labor Day. But I would say also some of these kits that don't sell now, you watch for around August timeframe, you'll start to see yellow stickers on them. So if you saw that tool review I did back in January, I believe that was the circular saw from Dewalt. That's the one that was a circular saw that came in the kit with the hammer drill, and it came in that big black tough box from Dewalt. That was a great deal. That was $3.99 originally when it came out last Memorial Day. By August, it had been marked down to like $3.49, and then where's my coupon? Where's my coupon? I used this, and I ended up getting it for $314. So that was a great deal to get that DCD 996 hammer drill from Dewalt, and to get the top of the line. That was their top of the line circ saw at the time, and it has the electric brake that just stops the blade automatically real quick. So let me see what other comments we've got. I'm going to try to scroll back a little bit. Any questions here? Stuart Liu says, great video, watching you every day. Well, thanks, Stuart. And let's see. Like I said, we did the M12. We talked about that one. Daryl DeGrand checked in. He says, "Hey Jeff, who else have we got coming in? Gene's here. Gene's my buddy. I've done some repairs. If you guys saw the sprinkler repair video that we uploaded, I think it was the first week in April. That was over at Gene's house, so that worked out pretty good. Tom Sardo, he's one of our regulars that we see a lot here. And Peter says, "Hi Jeff, how are you doing today? We are all doing good." And Vicavelli says, "Dang, missed out. So how do you enter?" Man, how come nobody ever knows how to enter? So the way, I'll repeat it again for some of you who maybe just checked in. The way to enter is when we're going live, like we're doing tonight, and we're announcing, okay, this is it. We're announcing the giveaway. On the video description below, on that video, is where we have the links to it. So I think what I'll probably do is once we get that live thing done on the next giveaway in the next couple of weeks, I'll probably do a couple of updates during the week saying here's the links. I'll put the links on my community tab also, so you people will know, you'll see it. And as long, I think the key here, folks, is making sure that when you're subscribed to us, that doesn't mean you're going to get notified. You have to go in your settings for our channel and tell YouTube that you want to be alerted every time we upload a video. That's why we do that little spiel and tell you about that on every one of our videos, that when you subscribe, to click that little gray bell icon and say, always receive alerts from this channel. Because when we go live, that's how you get notified. You'll get a little thing that pops up on your phone that says, "Hey, Jeff is live. Go get it." And we have Wes Ferris from Arlington, Texas. So you're pretty close to Dallas, I would imagine. So I have sisters that live in Austin and Houston. And let's see. Rich Brannon says, "Thanks, Jeff." And BW's Electric says, "I didn't have any luck finding those Diablo bits." The best way is to look on the website and check your store and see if it shows the inventory where it's located. So these, where are those Diablos? Where did I put them? These were right up along the front where all of the main tool section was there. These were right along the front here in those cardboard things. So if you go back and look when I got these, I think it was about a week ago, you'll see it. So when I walk around all of those floor displays that I call them the stocking stuffer aisle, that's usually where you find these here. Okay. And Edmundo Landero says, "Sorry I'm late." You're late. It's $1 a minute. $1 a minute for every late. And Cody gave us a shout out from the Bronx. All right. Are you guys open yet? I know they were supposed to open up New York City there. But, man, they showed just a lot of people hanging out way too close together. Unless they're family, it's okay. But, yeah, they were showing people that just went out to bars and were shoulder to shoulder. And then I still don't think I'm quite that ready yet. I actually went and got a COVID-19 test about 2 weeks ago. And I don't know why they haven't called me yet. You know, maybe they're trying to figure out how to break the news to me. You got 2 weeks to live, Jeff. So, yeah, they were doing it free in our city. So I went over there and they stick this thing way up your nose. And, man, does it kill. You know that feeling you get when water rushes up your nose when you're in a pool or something? That's what it felt like. They went way up there. And I thought I felt like Jack Nicholson in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I thought they were giving me a lobotomy there. And Gene says, "You busted the door." "Oh, you'll fix it." Yes, Rhonda was asking earlier if I mentioned the winners. You fell asleep, Rhonda. What happened? We were doing it. You fell asleep. Yes, so they're all done. But we did not. Actually, your name was not called, Rhonda. Maybe on the next one. So we're going to try to keep these going. You know, we'll keep doing these tool giveaways here. And let's see. Koneman says next Thursday he goes in for a heart stent, but Monday had to go in for a corona test, mandatory for procedures. Wow. Yeah, I remember you did that stent test a few months back too. So yeah, we'll pray for you. We'll keep you in our prayers on that one for sure. And then Dale Babbitt says, "Do you have a favorable opinion on the cordless Makita brushless circ saw and the Makita brushless sliding double bevel?" Well, that let's see, Dale, if are you talking about that big one, that $529 one that's on the deal right now? That's a beauty. That thing is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know anything about it. I haven't used it. I haven't looked at any of the reviews, but I do know that Home Depot is running a deal on that one right now. That's that big one. If you pay $529, and I think it comes with 2 batteries and a charger. But if you pay that, you buy that for $529, they'll give you 2 more batteries. But as I showed on our live stream the other day, our Home Depot doesn't have those extra 2 batteries in there right now. So I don't know where they're at. I don't know how they expect you to cash in on it because it's right there with the big sign. They got the sauce sitting right there on the display, and I'm like, how are you expect us to take advantage of it to get the batteries? So that was a little strange one. So I'm thinking these stores are just having a hard time with supply chain right now. And No Name Given says, "Good day, Jeff." Hi, No Name. Yeah, I've seen No Name on a number of our live streams in the past too. And so I hope everybody heard on how we enter, and you'll be ready for the next time. And I'll have to do a better job of after we do it, letting you guys know during the week by updating with the community tab there how to enter. And Cody says, "You like the rocket light?" Well, I haven't opened it yet, so I left it in the box. I just got it Friday. I left it in the box because tomorrow I'm going to do the unboxing and shoot the tool review video for it. Take my measurements to see if the lumens are correct or if they're lying, and I might compare it to a couple of other big lights that I have. And by the way, guys, there's one light, and I'm going to see if they have it on the website here. I showed it to you on the stream the other day when I was there, and I'm intrigued by it. It's Home Depot's own brand, and it's a spotlight not spotlight, it's about this big, and I'm trying to see if they have it here on the website, and it's, I think it was 3,000 lumens. I don't see it here. So it might not be in every store. It was in our store, so I might go pick one up. I'm hoping that after Father's Day, they'll put yellow stickers on it, and I can get them cheaper. But man, 3,000 lumens for the thing like this, and it's $24 right now. Now at Black Friday, I got looked like the exact same light, but it only had, I believe, 2,500 lumens, and it was $19.99. That was a great deal. That was a great light, super super bright, but it does get hot on the back where those heat sinks are. All right, so let's see who else we got. So La La Land says, "My husband had that nose thing done, and the nurse dropped it. Oh, he had to do it again. Oh, that's gotta suck, man. Oh, because let me tell you, for like 5 minutes, I felt like I had water up my nose, and then I felt like my nose was gonna run. So they give you this like paper towel or something. You feel like your nose is gonna run, even though it doesn't. But it's just really weird sensation there. I would not want that one a second time. Nope. I'd rather have like a shot or something. That is just so. But it's quick. It's only 5 seconds, but it's like the worst 5 seconds of your life. So let's see here. Southpaw Castillo says, "I don't see anything on the description." You're talking about, well, it wouldn't be on this description. See, the giveaway's over. It ended tonight, and we drew the names. What I'll do tonight is I'll go in and I'll put the names down in the description here of this video once it's uploaded. But the the links to the giveaways are on the night that we go live and we say we're doing the giveaway, and we'll put the links down on the description of that video. That's how you find the links to them. Okay. And so Jerry Prusa, he says he just got here. Where do I get notifications on the live streams? I forget how you do it on YouTube, but you have to go into your setup maybe or something, and find where we are. Find where I am, where you have me as your subscription. And there's probably a setup in there where you have to go in there and say, make sure that I'm alerted. Send me all alerts from this channel. So every time we upload a video or go live, you will be alerted. So that's the key here. You really want to make sure. I know a lot of people have complained that they didn't get alerts, but that's what you want to make sure, that you're getting all alerts from this channel here. And let's see. So David Shaw was asking, is there any router bit for making door and drawer front? Yeah, I don't know that much about the router bits because I don't do any kind of much woodworking like that. So I would say you like just search YouTube for like routing drawers, that type of thing, kind of like what you typed in there, and I'm sure you'll find a lot of pretty decent videos with some pretty knowledgeable people with those. Let's see. So Cody, yeah, he already asked that, and I answered that. And Daniel Martinez says, hello, Jeff from Southern Cal. And Jose Balbuena, he's always watching from Connecticut. Yep. I think somebody told me from Connecticut the other day that their Home Depots are also devoid of pressure treated lumber right now as well. And Stanley Adams says, Jeff, hello from Delaware, Sussex County. You're pretty close to VCG. You guys ever watch their channel? The Very Cool Gang, Vince and the guys? They're like in New Jersey, and I forget like whereabouts, but they're pretty close to you guys. Jeff Palafax says, hello, namesake. Jeff here also from Southern Texas. Subbed this morning. Welcome aboard. Okay, and let's see. BTS World says, I really want to give my sister an iPhone on her birthday, but I'm just 15 years old, don't have enough money to buy it for her. She really needed it for her job. Please help me. What? You want me to buy you an iPhone? I can't do that. Go get a job, or yeah, that's what I would do. Tell everybody, go get a job, save up. My own daughters want stuff like that, and I just tell them, man. And let me tell you, it's so much better when you work for it and you get that money and you take it and you go in and you buy it that day and you walk out the door with it. Every kid needs to have that experience. I had it. I'm sure all of us had it. And that would be good for you. And Conan Studio says, don't forget to press the like button. Howie's back. He says there was a whole set just for doors. Okay. You mean the bits for the router? Is that what you're talking about, Howie? And let's see. Herb Asante says, what is the worst COVID-19 test or prostate exam? That's interesting. I don't know which one would be worse. The prostate's probably lasts longer. I would imagine one of the colonoscopies probably not too enjoyable either. So let's see. So Anthony says, yeah, you're looking for the raised piano router bit set. And K&K Pro Services showed up. He says, I'm here. That means he's late. He's late. $1 a minute for every minute late. So Jerry says, Jeff, I have a fence painting project coming up. Any paint sprayers you like on sale? I helped my friend Vinny, buy one from Home Depot, and I think it was the Graco. It's funny. If you're going to go and buy something that expensive, better bring one of these in there with you. Get 10% off. So I saved him $50 when he bought his Graco paint sprayer. And let me see if any of them are on sale in there right now. If you look, if I go in store, is it really $39 in stock at our store? So the one he got was around $500 range. It looks like it's $549 right now, but none of them appear to be on sale or anything like that. And I can't remember even in recent times seeing one on sale, unless some of you guys that follow them closer than I do might know. But yeah, he got the airless sprayers in the $500 range. But yeah, they're a little bit pricey. That's why I don't own one. I don't want to go through that whole learning curve of dealing with the spraying. When I have stuff to spray, I just call my friend Vinny, and he comes over with the sprayer that I helped him buy. And we lay all the baseboards out on a concrete floor in the living room before we even do any flooring. And we just spray them. He just boom, boom, boom. We can spray 19 baseboards, which is enough for the entire condo, in 20 minutes. Whereas opposed to if you had to paint them or roll them, you'd be doing it for hours. So it's an incredible time saving. And when I paint our condos there, him and his son come, we tape up all the windows, and he just goes through with the sprayer. He sprays the walls. We do the ceiling. We start up at the ceiling. He sprays the walls, and I come in afterwards and cut in along the edge. And that's really the best way to do it. I realize if people have furniture and carpeting, it's a lot more of a challenge. You have to really cover up a lot of that stuff. We have videos uploaded that if you search our channel, like how to paint popcorn ceilings, if you need to paint those again, and other types of painting techniques. And another trick that we use the sprayer for, guys, is this is a great trick. If you have old, yellow, ugly wire shelving in a closet, you get the sprayer and you just spray in there. Who cares where it goes if it gets on the wall? Even we do the semi-gloss, and you really don't notice it on the wall. It's pretty amazing the effect that it has. But it makes those wire shelves look 1,000,000% better right off the bat. So that's a pretty good strategy that we've always used here. So 27 Frop 33 asks if there's a miter saw on sale. You have that one from Makita that I mentioned earlier. That's 529, where it's probably one of their upper end models though, and it's a battery operated. And you have to, if you pay 529 for that, they give you two extra batteries on the side in addition to the two that come in there. That's the only one I can remember right now. Let's see. When I was in there last week, I don't recall. But you know what? Check this though. It won't be online, but on my live stream on Friday, if you go back and look, you pull up our videos tab. Live stream on Friday that I did, there was three of them in the store that I saw that were on the floor up by the front, or you can check your clearance section. But they had the yellow clearance stickers on them. They were the 12-inch miter saws from Dewalt. They had marked down from 350 to 175. So I saw them and I said, oh, I'm putting this in the live stream. By the time I came around to do it in the live stream, two of them were gone, and there was already one guy there taking one of them there. So I was able to just quickly show that other one there. So see if they have that in your store. That was a heck of a deal. And then in the clearance section, we saw, if you're into Ryobi, they had a Ryobi one that was pretty much cut in half too. So check those out. But the regular ones, nothing's really on sale there that I saw. If anybody else saw anything, maybe you could let us know in the comments. It always helps if you know of one. Give us the model number, or a link right to it on Home Depot, so that we can go and check it out. All right. And William Hernandez says hello from Idaho. That's pretty good. Anthony says a big paint sprayer is a good rental item. Yeah, yeah. But make sure you know how to use them. And the thing is, see, I'm a little leery about renting um, tile saws and paint sprayers because I don't know how well it was cleaned beforehand. And the tile saws, you're at the mercy of whatever blade they have on there. So if you're going to rent a tile saw, I would highly suggest you buy a brand new blade. That way you're not going to, you'll minimize whatever chipped tiles you get. If you're cutting porcelain, you're going to have chips and nicks no matter what. I haven't yet found a blade that doesn't leave teeny tiny little nicks. Sometimes I get lucky because my cuts are up against a wall anyway, and they're going to get covered by caulk. You're not going to see them. Or sometimes you can file them down too with a tile file. So if anybody knows of a really good porcelain blade, let us know in the comments or in the chat here. Let us know, because I want to start investigating those. I want to do a review sometime where I take like 6 or 7 blades, and I want to know which ones really cut porcelain without chipping it. Let's see. Sometimes I do the stone, and the stones go really good. They're not a problem. It's the porcelain that chips. Okay, and who else have we got here? We got a couple of more questions coming in here. So Laby says, do you have Phillips power tools in the USA? Not sure what they mean by that. Yeah, every store in the USA sells them. So I'm not sure what they mean by that question. So Jerry says, tell the kid who wants the phone that I have a fence to paint. There you go. Earn that money, son. I like that. Thomas Campo says, opinions on DeWalt's new mechanics tool set. You picked up the Husky 230 only because it's $99. That was a good one that they ran at Black Friday. If you look in December, we did a tool review of that 171-piece DeWalt mechanics set. And we compared it to the 216-piece, I think it is, the Craftsman one with the 3 drawers. Both of those are excellent. And anybody that missed out, Costco sold the last of them probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago. They were down in $69 for the 171-piece set. Love it, because it's got all 3 sizes of the ratchets there. And I've used it on a number of car repairs since I bought it 6 months ago, and I love it. The DeWalt one is my go-to one. That's the one I take with me to job sites. The Craftsman one with the 3 drawers, I took it to one job site just to put it in a video, but I normally prefer to just leave it on the shelf in my garage and use that as my mothership for doing the car repairs. And I also did a separate tool review on the Channel Lock 200-piece set. That's the one they sell at Sam's Club. You can get them in most of their Sam's Club stores for $89 right now. but I got it for $69 on one of those one-day sales. That's a great kit. And let me tell you, Channel Lock is awesome about tool returns, because when I opened up that kit, one of the ratchets was missing a couple of screws, and we're actually going to do a review on this process of how to claim your lifetime warranty. So I emailed them and told them what happened, that it was missing a little Phillips head screw that fastens it together, and they said send us a picture of it. So I sent them a picture, emailed it, and they said okay, we're going to send you a new one. You don't need to send us the old one back. And 48 hours later, by 2-day priority mail, it was in my hand. I'm like, wow. So I still have the old one, even though the one that came in the set. It's a brand new ratchet, and it's just missing a screw, but it's still fine. So I have a backup ratchet now. So there's my take on what I think are the top 3 mechanics tool sets right now. Let us know, Thomas, how you like that Husky set there, because I saw that a lot, and even at $99, they weren't really selling much at Christmas time. They were doing some blowout sale in January, late January, where they were $49, and I found them. I knew they were online. It said it was in our store, and it said there was 5 of them. I went in there one day and spent like an hour searching and searching, and I had a couple of employees helping me. We couldn't find it, and then I found it a week later in there. But yeah, those were flying off the shelves when they blew them out at $49. And so Michael Pryor says, what about a miter saw for beginners? That's a tough one, because I'm sort of more of the advanced user stage at this point. I would say for just beginners and you're kind of getting your feet wet, you can go with the Ryobi one, because that's really made for the DIYers and the homeowners. And the Cobalts, there's a couple of those. So what I would do is go in the stores, take a look at them, see which ones you like, which kind of intrigue you, and then read the reviews. Make sure you read the reviews that give 5 stars, and I also look for the reviews that give 1 star, because I want to know, what did somebody not like about this? What's angering people about this particular product, right? So you read the good reviews and the bad reviews. But let me tell you, let me give you one hint of something too. Obama says I won. I don't think you won, dude. But thanks for playing. When you're buying a miter saw, something that I've realized now that's really important to me is there's single bevel, which means it flips 45 degrees this way, and that's it, just one way. But you want to get a double bevel that will go 45 degrees this way too. So you want it to be able to bevel this way. That's called the double bevel angle. And so the cheaper, less expensive ones only do this. But I can tell you, if you think you're going to improve in life and grow in what you're doing and start doing baseboards and crown molding, you're going to want that double bevel that goes boof, boof, both directions, because it's a pain in the butt doing it with just the one bevel. Because then you have to flip the boards over and cut the other way and this way and that way. It's a real pain in the butt. The other thing you want to look for is, how long does it take for that blade to stop? So my older Dewalt that I'm retiring now, the blade takes about 2 to 3 seconds to stop. A couple of years ago, we were using a Cobalt one that my friend brought over, and I was unfamiliar with it. Mistake number 1, not familiar with the tool and the intricacies of it. And I was cutting a piece of wood when my friend was vacuuming in the background there. So I couldn't hear that the blade was still spinning after I took my finger off the trigger. Took 12 seconds to come to a stop. And here, my brain's thinking my DeWalt takes 2 seconds to stop. So I thought I was safe. And I brought my finger too close to the blade, not realizing it was still moving. And I had to get 5 stitches that afternoon. That was a $1,600 mistake. And so those are things that are important to me now. The speed, is there a good electric brake that makes that thing stop right away? So if you saw that circular saw review I did back in January, what we did with that one, that has an electric brake that the very instant you take your finger off the trigger, boom, the blade just stops. And that's to me the number one safety issue. Because you ever see guys that are using the circ saws, and these are guys that, they've been doing it all their lives and they know how to do it. They go boom, and they set it down, but the blade's still spinning, for 12, 15 seconds on some of those older ones. And so to me, having that newer battery operated one, with the flex volt battery on it, and it just stops instantly, that to me was the best thing since sliced bread. And Koneman Studio says the miter saw Cobalt has the best bang for the buck. Plug-in round 200. And the other thing too, you might want to, they're more expensive for you guys looking for beginner, but you might want to look at getting a cordless one right off the bat. Um, because sometimes it's a real pain in the butt running electrical cords out to the saw. And the better ones have the ability to do both, to plug in or operate off the battery. That's the big, huge Dewalt 12-inch Sexy Flexi one that I got. And I still haven't even popped it out of the box yet. I got to do the tool review on that, start on that soon. So, yeah, we'll hope to get that one done pretty soon. So, Howie says, Cobalt, you have to watch the fence on. Yeah. I try not to take off any, well, I am guilty of that on the table saws. I take off all that stupid stuff that goes around the blade, but I'm ultra, ultra careful around those things. I make my cut. I don't go anywhere near the blade. I stop. I step back. I physically watch and listen with my ears and watch so that blade comes to a stop, because those things take 15, 20 seconds to come to a stop. And you don't want to be at a position where you're tired and you're not 100% focused and you stick your hand down on that thing. Ooh, that would be bad. I like that one that they show where they stick the hot dog on it and it, that, what do they call it? The brake stop or something like that. That's an expensive attachment, and I still wouldn't trust putting my finger near that thing. So let's see. So Michael Pryor says exactly what we're going to do. We did 2 rooms with the new floors, baseboards, and crown molding. Yep. So if you're going to do that, make sure you have a double bevel, because it's such a pain. Because you've got to take that big old long baseboard and flip it around like a helicopter and flip it over. And then sometimes your brain doesn't have it right. You go, oh, did I flip it over? And I flip it over right. And you make the cut and you go, no, the cut was the wrong direction. Real pain in the butt. I just can't stand that. So, Henry says, I've been at Lowe's and Home Depot looking for Father's Day deals. Have you found anything yet, Henry? Did you buy anything? And Jerry Pusa says, 1600 seems cheap for a life lesson. It was. And it was actually about $3,300, but my personal medical insurance wouldn't cover it. But what they did do for me was, because the hospital was in their network, they negotiated a lower price for me, which was awesome. So to me, it was like, okay, I'll take that. But I'm still paying that life lesson, because right now this finger is still a little bit numb. It feels like it's asleep. You know how when you lean on your arm too long and it falls asleep? That's kind of like what it feels like. So I still have a little tingling back in there. It took a long time for me to really have much feeling left in it. So that was 3 years ago, guys. That was August 2017. And I'm still feeling it's right in my pinky finger there. Makes it harder to do a pinky promise. Just saying. Okay. So Sadie Torek says, hi, give me a shout out or I dislike. I like that. I like that. Extortion. That's a shout out extortion there. And AOG says he bought a 12-inch Dewalt miter saw with Dewalt Workbench for $500 at Lowe's 2 weeks ago. So right now, I was in there yesterday, and on the live stream we showed that they have the 8.25-inch job site table saw from Dewalt right now, $399 with the stand. So that's their deal. They're packaging it with the stand for free. And right now, DeWalt has that same deal for $299. But I believe, I'm not 100% sure, guys. I believe it's an older version of the same table saw. What I noticed a couple of months ago, you guys might not have seen it because everybody was locked up in their houses. I was in our Home Depot and I saw them take the table saw, their job site table saw, off the display and put it in the clearance section. And then a week later, there was a new one there in its place that looked brighter yellow, brighter red. It looked newer. I don't know if they made any changes. I don't know if it's a new gen of it. I haven't had any time to look into that. So if any of you guys know, let us know. Because I want to know, is there a difference? Did they do something between those two that they went through all the trouble of removing the old one and bringing a new one in? So that's where I'm a little confused with that Home Depot $299 deal. Is it with the older saw? Doesn't even matter. Because if it was the older saw, that was the current saw up to a month ago. So there's your good deal there on the table saw. And Donnie Farlow says, Jeff, from the Mitten, my store's in Sterling Heights. I think that meant he meant to say Sterling Heights. Doesn't have the Ryobi 22-inch hedge trimmer. You're supposed to be able to pick from the two. Yeah. There was only a few of those there, and actually, I'm not even sure is the hedge trimmer part of that, because the tool has to be $79. So if it is, you're fine. That buy one get one deal on the Ryobi days is the tool is for $79 and below. So just remember that when you go in. And Donnie Farlow says, "Hi, Jet." Oh, that was the same one. Yeah, sorry. And Bomba fan says to Diamond Jim, I like my Ryobi pole saw. Now they had that there. Those are disappearing fast right now too. I think each store maybe got two or three, and I forget the price on that. Bama fan, was that like 129 or was that more? I forget. I saw them in there, and not every Home Depot has them either. So that's kind of strange. And Michael Pryor says, haha, I got quite a few life lessons. Yeah. Luckily, in all my years of doing this, that was the only one, that was the only time I ever got any. I've never even really gotten anything beyond a small cut. So I've been fairly fortunate because I'm a very big advocate of safety. And so the way that happened when I got the cut on my finger there was I was at the condo, and it was a combination of failures really when you think about it. It's like what a harmonic alignment of the planets. The air conditioning was supposed to be installed that day, but it got pushed out another day. So we were operating about 98 degrees inside there on the hottest day of August. And it was like right before we had that solar eclipse, if you guys remember that 3 years ago. So it was super hot. It was the end of the day. My back's in spasm because you're standing up, you're working on all these tools all day, and just situational awareness. The vacuum going in the background. I can't see that my eyes didn't notice that the blade was still moving, and again that mistake, that age-old mistake of not being intimate with the machines. That's why I tell people, first time you get a table saw, the first time you get a chop saw or a circular saw or anything, don't cut anything. Don't do anything. Just take it, hold it out, put it in position, pull the trigger, let go of the trigger, and see how long it takes that blade to come to a stop. Make sure you know that before you even use it the first time. Same with the table saw. I want to know how long it takes that blade to come to a stop. So I'm trying to make sure you guys don't go through the same thing I went through, you know. And let's see, Diamond Jim says he got the hedge trimmer with it today. Oh, okay, so with the deal, $99 deal, cool. To buy one get one. And a lot of people keep asking here how, like Maria says, how do I get into the drawing? So the next time we do it, which would probably be in another 2 weeks, I want to. What I normally do is we go live and we talk about it and we say, here's the drawing, here's the tools that are going to be in it, and I put links down on the description of that live stream after it uploads. Sometimes I try to do it while it's on, and sometimes it lets me, sometimes it doesn't. But that's how we do that. And so we'll be better about updating people throughout that week when we announce it, so you can have the links and go and enter whenever you want. All right, so Koneman Studio says, yes. How close is your finger supposed to be to the blade on the table saw? Yeah. And that's why, your fingers really shouldn't go anywhere near the blade anyway. What happened was, after I made the cut, I did a sweeping motion with my hand because I was getting rid of all these blocks and pieces of wood that had collected up over the last 10, 15 minutes, right? And so I swept my hand right by the blade. That's basically what happened, because I thought it was stopped. So even though I was doing safe practices while cutting the piece, I made sure my fingers was away from the blade, right? But it was after the fact and not knowing that the blade was still spinning. That was a painful lesson, folks. And Novus Nick shows up. He says, great to see you. And I don't know says, I have limited space in my garage for woodworking. Any recommendations for combo workbench tool storage? Well, if you go in there right now in a Home Depot, any of those Husky ones are pretty good, but right now they're really not on sale price. The what was the Milwaukee one in there right now? I forget how much. I forget if it was 649 or 699. But it was 599 on Black Friday. But like I said, if you go in there and get any of those big ticket items, bring one of these in there with you and get 10% off. And by the way, if you can't get one of these, there's another thing you can do. Let me bring up the website because I want to make sure I got it spelled right here. This is a website that I use sometimes when I'm buying a big ticket item from Home Depot because I'm going for 15% off coupon there. So it's called quick-coupons.com and it's spelled Q-U-I-K. It's not spelled Q-U-I-C-K. It's spelled Quick-coupons.com. So right now they have a 15% off Home Depot coupon, but their coupon is $30. So you have to figure out what am I buying and is it going to be worth it? So when I bought that $799 saw from Dewalt there because it wasn't on sale really, and so I paid the full price, but I got 15% off of it. That coupon saved me over 100, I think like $120. So for there, it's worth it. So if you guys are going to go buy anything big ticket, it's worth it to go and spend the big bucks on those other coupons, or you can just spend $20 and get a bunch of these and use them whenever you want. And No Name says, do you wear gloves when cutting? I don't like to, just simply because I'm afraid that the glove might get caught in the blade or something stupid. I don't know. I could get clumsy. I like to just use bare hands. So unless I can't remember ever having the gloves on. I can't think of an excuse really to have them on there because I'm not cutting anything rough and sharp that's gonna hurt my hand if I hold it. So I like to have maximum sensory feel and control. So I do not wear a glove when I'm cutting there. Of course, on the tile saw, same thing, bare hands, because it's all wet anyway. So, man, you just have to constantly, constantly keep your eye on the blade and your fingers and make sure they're not going near the blade. Don't get distracted. If somebody calls out your name, don't turn your head. And I always tell people, don't ask me for anything when I have the machine on. So there you have that. And Donnie says the display is screwed up. They did have it for 79 only a couple of months ago for the tool only. So it's the pick on the display to pick from. Yeah, the COVID effect. And BW's Electric says, when I use a miter saw, I make my cut, let go of the power button with the blade at the bottom, and then raise the blade after it stops. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. And so I don't know. Says eBay has $20 off 200 coupons for $6 as well. Yeah, and that is, by the way, $20 off 200 is the same thing as 10% off because these are good. I think up to a couple of $1,000. So 20 off of 200 is the same thing. It's essentially a 10% off deal there. Okay, and Codeman says, Jeff, the 10% off is good in Tampa because Hillsborough County sales tax is 8.5%. Wow. Oh yeah, the temporary, yeah. And Michael says, download the app. My wife showed me how to do that, and you can get the discount at the cash register. Yeah. And also, a lot of people may not know this. If you have the app, the Home Depot app on your cell phone, you can scan all the barcodes of anything in there and just confirm the price and stuff like that. Anthony says, he's talking to, I don't know. He says he did a 4x8 table on casters with a built-in chop saw station, working on built storage container storage of Harbor Freight organizers. Well, there you go. And Frank says, can I enter the giveaway? Yeah, you can enter the next one that we do in 2 weeks. But yeah, the other one expired at 8 p.m. this evening here. And Michael Pryor says, gloves can pull you into the tool. I sliced my finger around a drill bit on a press. Ouch. Yeah. If you wear gloves, I mean, you'd better be super, super focused and alert. I wouldn't be like sleepy or tired or sick. I mean, there's dangers of operating tools like that when you're not 100% focused. When the airline pilots make mistakes, like when they're in fog and they can't tell that they're level and all that. That's all called situational awareness, and that brings down a lot of people, man. Situational awareness. So Thomas Campo says, I don't believe the HD app will show in-store prices like clearance prices. That is true. A lot of times when I scan those things with the yellow stickers on them, they won't show up. It'll say product not found. So that's why I always bring them up to the register and just say, can you scan this for me and let me know what it rings up at? And a lot of times, it will ring in lower than the price on the sticker there. So Howie says never use gloves around a wood lathe. So there you have it there. And let me see if there was anything else that we wanted to talk about. So I'm going to be very busy over this week now, filming all of these tool reviews. I have so many products stacked up in my garage, even from Black Friday, that I haven't gotten to. So I'm going to be quite busy doing a lot of those. And I still have like 3 years worth of projects that I've worked on that are filmed that are sitting on my hard drive waiting to be uploaded. So stuff like floor leveling and other tiled projects that I've worked on, big whole showers that we've completely demolished down to nothing and rebuilt back up. We have a lot of those on there as well coming up. So that's sort of what's on our roadmap here over the next month or so. So let me make sure, I'm going to check on here, make sure we have all the last of the so Cisco says, I bet Jeff's toilet doesn't rock back and forth. It does not. Um, yeah, because you guys have seen how we do our toilet installs. We put those little blue shims under them all the way around to make sure that it doesn't rock. A lot of times I've had to come in where were living for years with these rocking toilets because the builders, they're the ones that screw up. And 9 times out of 10, if you're on a wood subfloor, these guys did not bolt down the flange to the wood subfloor with 4 screws. I've seen it one time where there was none, and it's just the whole pipe with the flange on it going like this. I've seen it where they've only had 1 screw. I've seen it where it goes through the cement slab to the lower floor below you, and so they made the hole this big around it, and there's nowhere for you to put uh, any screws because there's no meat to screw into. So there's so many reasons why these people have rocking toilets. So if you search our videos, if you pull up our channel and look for the little search thing and it says how to fix a wobbly toilet, you'll find some of our clever tricks there on how to get around all of that. And Howie says, yeah, I used to set them in grout. Yeah, I've seen guys do that. Well, 15 years ago when we had Home Depot come in and install a toilet in our house, they did that. The grout works too. But the problem is the grout now will absorb all that nasty, yucky, filthy water or other liquids that drain down from your toilet when you miss. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I prefer to do it with silicone. So I'll run a bead of silicone all the way around the front to the back, but I don't close in the back. Because if you ever get a leak under your toilet from the wax ring, you want to be able to see it. That's your telltale sign. You want to see that water leaking out the back of the toilet, right? So you'll see that. We have a video that we did about a year ago on that covers that. And so I get these people that come and leave really nasty comments. You're an idiot. You're not supposed to silicone around the toilet. And I'm like, well, didn't you watch the video? I didn't silicone around it. I said we don't do the back. You can do the front and the sides. Some people don't like the look of it. I'd rather have that nice, pretty, shiny white that closely matches the porcelain bowl. And it's going to keep any floodwaters you have in the bathroom from getting underneath. And that's even more important when you're upstairs from somebody else. And if you don't want water going in either from your toilet there. All right. So Jeffrey Palafox says, smart idea. And Anthony says, the floor flange is screwed down with the drywall screws that are rotted out. Yeah. I either use stainless steel screws. Tapcons are coated, so they should be okay too. Um, that's pretty much what we do with it. And have you ever installed rain gutters? No, I don't want to. I don't want to be up on a ladder doing this, and then you got to pull the ladder, get off, and go somewhere else, another 5 feet up. Now, for that one, I just call the professionals. If you do that, have the companies come that do one piece. So they should be able to extrude it out of their truck. So it comes in a long strip roll in the truck, and they should be able to run it through an extruder machine there that forms the shape of the gutter and just cut it to the exact length they need. So you have one piece going all the way across the front of your house, one piece going down the side. Whatever, I don't know what's the maximum length they can make, but the fewer seams you can get away with, the better. That's and then make sure they slope it towards the spout. So I've seen guys that are very amateurish about it, and they don't slope the gutter towards the spout. And when they don't do that, the water, if it goes the opposite way, then the water just collects here. All the leaves and the dirt and the mud collect there, and it just gets nasty. So that's a problem we have right now on our house because the builder did such a terrible job. So one day I want to bring in a company to have all of that redone. And Michael is asking, I think you might know about the one-piece toilets. How tough are they to put in? I usually don't use the one piece just because the one that I normally buy is the American Standard Champion 4. That's the one that they show that flushes the 16 golf balls down the toilet. I love that. I've installed that in numerous projects in the past 5 years. I can almost do that one on my sleep, but I don't see why the one pieces wouldn't work, or unless you had a problem one, or maybe problem with the setup. I don't know, but toilets usually don't give a problem. And I stay away from the super cheapy ones too. You want ones that are well designed, that you do that flush and it's instantaneous. So the newer ones that I put in now are 1.28 gallons, and they are powerful. Because what they do now is that if you look at the more modern toilets, the tanks are narrower, but they're taller. So if you have an old shelf that was like right above your toilet there, chances are you're going to have to move it because the newer ones are taller. So by squeezing the water together this and making it higher, it falls down with more force. It just comes down with a much stronger force. And the newer toilets are better designed to have that water efficiently get through that bowl and get it flushed out and down the tube there. So no two toilets are made alike. They're not all good, and I stay away from the super cheapy ones. And Alice, can you recommend any shop vacs? Any of the Ridgid ones are good. I love my Ridgids. I'm a little miffed at Shop Vac, the actual company, because I just sold my old one. Their switches on there, I just didn't like the way it worked. So their switch is not a rocker type, which I prefer on these. Theirs was this little flat type where there's two little buttons, and you either push this one down or that one down like that. And it never really made good contact. It was always very problematic for us. So I hated that one. I like the Ridgid ones. I have so this 4 gallon one that you saw us give away here tonight. I have the wheeled version of that one. Love it to death. Love it. And then I also got I think it was 14-gallon one at Black Friday that they were giving away for $33. The door buster. So either of those two work just fine for me. I'm happy with those guys. And BW's Electronics says, I've heard the best ring to use on a toilet is all wax and not wax with the rubber cone. Well, yeah, well, see, the rubber cone, what happens with that rubber cone in the middle? It's cutting down the circumference. So what good is it to have a 4-inch pipe going down if you ruin it by reducing the circumference of it with that black rubber piece? Yeah. So, and unfortunately, a lot of the toilet manufacturers ship it with that. Now we've been using that green rubber thing, the Cine, what's it called? Cine, I forget. Cinekin? I don't know. It's a green foam rubber one that they sell at Home Depot. I don't know how long they last, but I do like using them because sometimes in our projects we have to put in a toilet just so somebody can use it today, and then but we know it's coming back out tomorrow to finish the tile, to install tile work. So a lot of times we're putting in a toilet and removing it 3, 4, 5 times over the course of a project there, in order to facilitate getting things done. So we like to be able to have that green foam rubber thing and reuse it. but I just don't know the longevity of it. But all the plumbers I've ever talked to say nothing beats a good old fashioned wax ring. It's the good old standard that's worked for generations, and so that's what a lot of them like to use there. And let's see. Howie says he likes the Stanley shop vacs. Yeah, I wonder how much overflow there is between them and the Dewalts now, because Stanley owns Dewalt. Now, Dewalt vacs are what they sell over at Costco. So if you're going to buy one, you get one when it's on sale over there. So they just had one on sale there a few weeks ago for about, was it $69, something like that. That was one of the big ones too. And sometimes they have that big, beautiful stainless steel one, I think it is, or chrome or something. But it's a big, shiny metal one. And that one's usually about $90. And CW just checked in. How's it going, guys? And so Michael says, no, these were about $400, but they're blind screws. You have to reach from behind to get to the screws. And some toilets can be a bit of a pain. Yeah. But that's why I like that American Standard Champion 4. So easy to put together. You set the bowl in place. You can do it either way. If I have a buddy working with me, we'll put the whole thing together, and then both of us just lift the bowl and set it easily right on top, right over the bolts. And Howie Z says the wax gets everywhere. Yeah. So when you're removing a toilet, you have to replace the wax ring. And you better make sure you scrape off every bit of that. I clean that whole flange. And let me tell you guys, that's one case you do want to wear gloves. So we were talking about, well, when do you wear gloves? That's when you wear gloves. You don't want to be doing that and then going to Chipotle Grill 20 minutes later and eating a burrito without gloves and super washing your hands. What is the total cost for an installation of a toilet? Well, Byron, since I do it myself, I don't know, but I think Home Depot has a contractor that charges like a few $100 to come do it. I think it's like 250 or something like that. And let's see. Sebastian Ivy says, have you ever replaced an outdoor faucet? Yeah, we did a repair video on that last year. If you look around, I think it was March or April in my videos from last year. It's getting a lot of traffic now too. It's something like how to replace a hose bib or something like that. How to repair your hose bib. So we unsoldered the old one and we show you how to solder on the new one. So yeah, we did that. And Anthony says the Costco DeWalt stainless steel vac is great. Maybe one of these days I'll buy one, but I just have vacs now. I have the small shop vac that's like that 1.5 gallon one. I've got the 4 gallon Ridgid and the 14 gallon Ridgid. That's just plus on top of that, I have that Milwaukee 18, the M18, the battery one, the shop vac, not shop vac, but they just call it the M18 vac. And that's part of that deal right now. That if you buy the smaller battery kit for $199, you get that Milwaukee vac for $119. So that's the deal you guys should look at getting. Don't go in there and pay $119 for that M18 vac from Milwaukee. And not only that, when I was in there the other day and I flipped the cardboard sign around, I saw that it's going to drop to 89. So I would guess that after Father's Day is over, they're going to flip the signs around and you're going to have lower prices on some of these items. So 89 is the lowest price we've ever seen on that Milwaukee vac. And that's a great little vac. I highly recommend it for you guys because it can suck up 2 gallons. So if you have to empty out a toilet before getting rid of it, it'll handle all the water that's left in the toilet after you've flushed it without a problem. We've already tested that. So that's a great vacuum for doing that. You just got to pull the filter out. And it comes with a HEPA filter. So that's a great little vacuum to have there. But don't pay more than 89. Or if you're going to get it, make sure you're getting it as part of that tool deal, with the battery chargers, that BOGO deal that's going on right now. So, yeah, and No Name Given says toilet installs you can do yourself. They're not hard, Watch a couple of our videos. We have like probably 2 or 3 videos on working with the toilets. It's really not hard, Now, for some people, if you have those rusty bolts, that can be a pain. You might have to use an angle grinder to cut through them. I have another tool that I bought that I need to do a tool review video on how to loosen those nuts. It's called the Jam. Is it the Jam Buster or something? I forget the name of it. It's this little tweezer pliers that are engineered to fit underneath that nut on your closet bolt, so that you can hold up while you try to unscrew it. We've tried PB Blaster in the past. Most of the times I'm able to get them off, but maybe 2 or 3 times over the years, we had to use our angle grinder to just cut through the bolt. So that's the only complication you would ever run into. And Master 11 Pizza says, I hate my workshop vac. Which one is that? Yeah, let us know. AOG Ephesians 6:13 says, you may have answered this, but can you repeat the winners again? Can I repeat the winners' names again? It's a little hard to go back into. Let me see. So Cassandra, she didn't give she's from Riverside, California. She was one. She didn't give her last name. And let's see. The Bosch, the winner of that one was Brian Hanault from Ohio. And let's see. The vacuum. Where's that vacuum at? Beep, 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 beep. Wet dry vac. So the vacuum went to Bijan Albuye. He's in Redwood City, California. So yeah, that was the major prize winners there. Let's see what other questions we have coming in here. Jeff, so Walk for Vida is saying, Jeff, my mother-in-law wants to remove a bidet because she doesn't use it. How do I cover the hole now? There's a couple of things you can do, and you can either get a cap, which is going to look ugly, or if you have any of the remaining tile, if there's any spare tiles, you can just cap off the pipe. You'll probably have to, I don't know how it is in your situation, if there's a flange there or what, or if you just want to leave the flange there and in case you want to reuse it again later, and you could tile over it. Those are pretty much the things I would look at. I would check with your local city there, the building inspector, and ask them to make sure you wouldn't be violating any plumbing codes or anything like that, or building codes, by simply covering over that. They may want it capped off. I don't know, because I've never had that case come up. If you know anybody who's a master plumber, you could probably talk to them about that there. And so that's what I would recommend on that there. And let's see. Anthony says he had to get rid of his Ridgid vac after vacuuming out stuff from a sewage ejector pit in the rental house. Man, yeah, I'm not even sure that would even clean out. I would just like throw that one in the landfill there. And Michael Pryor says, Jeff, it was great listening and watching you live. Thanks, and see you soon. Well, thanks, and thanks for joining us tonight. And BW's Electric says, when he put in a fence post, he digged the hole deeper than I need and put some gravel in, set the post, yep. Pour the rock around it and finish the last 3 to 4 inches with dirt. Crown the dirt on top, no cement. Now that's where I have a little bit of a disagreement. I would prefer to have the cement there, so any water that lands on it run down and away from the wood. And I don't know if you mentioned this or if this is what you do, but you want to make sure you have that metal plate at the bottom of the post. So the post will sit in the metal plate like this. Then the metal plate has a spike in it, and you push that into the cement there. And so, because you never want to have wood touching cement. And I think even if it's pressure treated wood, I think most of the pros will agree that it's best to not have even the pressure treated wood, because that will eventually rot out too. You don't want that touching the cement. And then another case that you have to look at too, if you live like up north, is you have to know your frost line. So the country has these charts that you can buy that have these curves that's showing your frost line depth depending on where you are. Some places you might have to go down 48 inches. Some places might be 24 inches. But you have to go below the frost line when you're doing posts. The reason why you got to go below the frost line is if you don't, and the ground freezes, and it's going to want to push. It's going to want to push up on it. So those are some considerations there. So BWs, what do you do? Do you guys use the plate where you're at? Let me know. Jerry said you should use soft brass closet bolts or try to defeat rust with super hard stainless steel bolts. Well, brass, I think rusts. Stainless steel is a lot more impervious to it. Or even galvanized. They use galvanized outside too. But I think anything over the annals of time is going to eventually rust out. The thing is, just once in a while, go around and inspect all of your metal fasteners outside. Check your door hinges. Don't wait till your door hinges are rusting before you decide, oh, let me try to unscrew them. And now they don't want to unscrew for you to be able to replace them, right? And sewer gas can kill you. Yeah. And so Jeffrey says, dinner time. You guys have a good evening. Yeah, you too, Jeff. Thanks for showing up. Us Jeff's got to stick together, man. That's my namesake there. And Arnavan 2010 says, Jeff, what about rotted fence post? How would you repair it without replacing? You really don't. Well, in Florida, I definitely wouldn't advise that. If you're in any type of hurricane state, there's really no way around it. The only jury-rigged way I would do it is I would dig a huge hole around the post on either side, clear all the dirt out of there, right? And sister up two other 4x on either side of it, right? Sister them up and then run bolts, huge lag bolts all the way through into the one that's rotted if there's any good meat left on it. That's probably what I would do, and then re-cement everything in. But I would really highly suggest that you try to get that thing out of there. Pulling one of those out is a tough job. Some people get these bobcats with a chain and they wrap the chain around it and pull it right up out. Other people just go old school on it and they dig all the way down to, you have to go around this cement if there was any. A lot of people don't use cement. So they just go like that. Here in Florida, and probably I would imagine some of the other southern states where we have hurricanes, you have to put cement. That's required by code. The reason is this is your fence post. And the hurricane, when it hits your fence is a sail. It's not a fence anymore. It is now a wind sail. And the wind is going to blow it like that, right? It's going to just force that fence post over. And what it does is even the part that's underground gets uprooted out of the ground. Boom. So what they make you do now is you have to embed that 4-inch post into cement. So I buy those big cardboard round forms at Home Depot. I get the biggest ones, like 10-inch or 12-inch. And you cut a hole deep enough in the ground, you plant that guy down there, and that's where you put the gravel at the bottom. You put the post in, you dump the gravel there, you can mix up the cement. I know some of the pros will also prefer to mix the cement with an actual mixer and then pour it in. Some of the concrete bags are specifically designed and made to just pour it in, add the water. The company says that's good enough. So that's really the way to do it. So by having that wide cement pier underneath your post, it's more resistance for the wind to try to push that post so it can't uproot out of the ground. And I think our code here is, I think it's 4 feet or every 5 feet we have to have a post. So it can be a lot of work. And then you got to call before you dig, guys, 811. I don't know if they have that in all states, but you got to call before you dig, because every single time I've ever seen somebody plant a post, they've cut a wire somewhere. A couple of times we had our phone wire cut to our house when they were putting up a fence out the back there. So I'm glad we're having these conversations here tonight, because these are a lot of things that we've learned over the years, gotchas and things that you should do, things you shouldn't do. And if we can help you guys avoid making some of these painful mistakes that other people have already made, then that'll be good for you. So Dale says, I'll pull the M12 rocket light all the way up. It clicks, but then still randomly slides back down. Wow. And let's see. Rhonda says, great channel, good night. So Rhonda's checking out. We're probably going to check off in a minute here because we've been on here a long time, but you know me, I like to answer every last question that comes in here. And yep, Howie says, use a bumper jack and a chain. Louis Perdermo says he went to Home Depot today and an 8 Diablo was $10. Oh, you don't know if or not? I have no idea what you're talking about. Nope, never seen them. Nope. I got two of these. So one of these is going to be a giveaway. The other one I'm keeping for me to do our tool review with. So yeah, that was a great deal when I saw those because normally this one's like 21 bucks, you know, at Home Depot there. So Jerry says, great discussion on fence posts. Any experience with the foam instead of concrete? I've heard of it, but I have not tried it yet. So no experience on that. And CQ Arizona says, great info, Jeff. Thanks for the in-store vids. Watching from Boise, Idaho. I think somebody else checked in earlier from Boise. And Howie says, it's great passing things down to the next generation. Yeah, we should come up with like a list, like about 100, top 100 things you should not do, and then 100 things you should make sure you do when you're doing projects. That way people will know. And No Name Given says, yeah, my wife just told me to stop going to Home Depots. It's a disease. I have that same disease too. I can't stop buying tools. Jeff Stricko says, I installed my slats in my chain link fence. Big mistakes. Oh, the wind blew it right over. Oh, because it acted like a sail even with those on? Wow. So there still wasn't enough. See, people think sometimes, like if you see spaces that, but it's not enough um, venting for the hurricane force winds to get through there. Yep, that can be a problem. But you know what? I wouldn't peel those out either before a hurricane. So I just throw caution to the winds. Luckily, I don't have a chain link fence, but on my side yard has a shadow box fence. Those get blown down when there's hurricanes because my neighbors put them up and didn't get them permitted or anything. And so I know I walk by them and I can tell. I already know they're not done right and they're going to blow right over. So I know that right off the bat. Howie says the foam doesn't hold the post. It pulls away from the post and the ground when it shrinks. Oh, okay. And Jerry says, number one thing to do, watch that blade. Always know where the blade is. That is true. If you just follow that one rule, you won't end up like me. Look at this. I have no fingers left. Peter says, Jeff, do you buy Harbor Freight power tools? Generally not. I know friends that have them and use them, and like, I don't know, one brand I think was it Chicago Electric or something? I can't remember the brand names that I saw. And when he was using his drill, the drill's always, it's just failing on him, and the drill doesn't even spin up fast enough. You know, I can't deal with that. When I'm dealing with going into concrete, I need a good quality hammer drill. But I have heard in the last few months that some of the tools that they sell there are getting better and are starting to make Dewalt look over their shoulder, you know, like that. Like, oh, wow. So that's the extent of my knowledge on the Harbor Freight tools. And Howie says there are videos out there on that foam, the fence stuff there, the filler. So there was failures on them. And No Name Given says nail per screw size that you guys in Florida for fencing. What do they use? See, because see the fence that I built was PVC, so it all just kind of slides in. So I don't know, but I would imagine you'd want it to go pretty deep into anything into the post there. Um, and when you're dealing with shadow, most of our fences here are shadow box fences. So you have a piece of wood like that, and another piece of wood that kind of goes like a little bit offset. So they're kind of nailed onto a post there. So if you're using a 4x4 post, I would say you could get nails that are probably 4 inches because your wood panel is an inch. So the deepest you can get it to go in, the better. And let me see, I don't know if they require nails. I would prefer screws because the nails could theoretically pop out unless you use the ribbed, the kind that are like designed to be ribbed. But you know that a lot of these guys, the cheapskates, and maybe some of the handymen, might not use that. They might use the cheapest nails they could find, and that would be bad too. So, Arnavan 2010 says, Jeff, also the Home Depot by me in Illinois did not have any displays up. Yeah, and so keep in mind, just because they don't have the display up doesn't mean the product won't ring up at the sale price. So you should still grab the two products, bring them up to the register, and ask them to check and see if it rings up. Or you can get them online too. Not all of the deals are online from what I've seen. Like at Lowe's, I showed you in the video this morning that we uploaded. We showed you that some of those, it was the Craftsman buy one get one, was only for the multi-tool online. But if you go into the store, they got that whole big poster there that shows a dozen different tools you can get. And Louis Perdermo said, Jeff, did your Home Depot have Milwaukee measuring tape for $5? No, I don't know if that was you that told me about it or if it was Stan the man. Somebody told me, and I didn't see those in there. So I went by, and I think the cheapest one was like $15. So they did not have the ones there for $5. But I do keep looking for it because I can never have too many tape measures. Although I really do like my Lufkins. Those are nice. Those night ones, man, smooth as silk. Action on those. And Jeffrey Stricko says, hey Jeff, I just ordered the Milwaukee 2902 drill, brand new, $89 on eBay with free shipping. I took a picture of a kit in Home Depot today. I'm going to put it up on my community tab here as a photo later on. It was marked down pretty good, so you guys can check in your store. But it was a multi-tool kit though. Koneman says, Jeff, we had a fence put up, and it was still that well today metal frame and put slats up. Yeah. To me, I really like the PVC fences because you don't have to come out every year and put that Thompson's water seal stuff on them. And they're easier to clean. They're like smooth, that kind of shiny smooth. So as long as you clean them once in a blue moon and don't let the green and black stuff collect up on them, they're very nice. They're virtually maintenance free. So, and then if you do plant a fence, I always tell people maybe put some mulch around the bottom of it. Don't let the grass and the plants grow right up to it because you don't want your weed whacker to come up and keep hitting the bottom of it, and it starts to shred the wood after a while and take its toll on it. That's why I hate these fences that they put up around here in our area here. So A&P Barella says, thank you for sharing your experience and knowledge. Your experience and knowledge have helped me with many of my projects. Keeping the videos coming. Yeah, we're going to keep on making more and more and more and hopefully get better and better. And Dale says, don't buy anything from Horrible Freight. I like that name. That has moving parts. I can tell you a number of times Harbor Freight has saved my butt, though. So on my Mercedes, when I go to fix stuff in the engine there, a lot of the screws are what we call E, like E8, and I forget what that is. It's like a reverse star bit. It's a really strange looking socket. But Home Depot doesn't carry it. Not at Home Depot, not at Lowe's. Only Harbor Freight carries those. So you can go in there, you can buy them singly, or you can buy the whole set. So they've saved my life with that big time. And then another time when I needed to do that trick to get the stuck mowing cartridge out of the shower wall there when they don't want to come out, and you have to drill into them and use a tap and die kit. And believe it or not, Home Depot doesn't have a tap and die that goes up to a half inch. Neither does Lowe's. I'm like, why? And only they had it, and it was a kit called Philadelphia at Harbor Freight. Bought this whole kit like this for like $15, and it had a boatload of taps and dies in there, and it had the half-inch one that we needed. So they really saved because we had that whole shower torn apart, and we couldn't get that cartridge out of there. So Master 11 Pizza is asking electric planer versus belt sander. Which one should I get? That one I'm not too sure of because I don't use either one. And the one time that we had to use a belt sander, my friend had it and he brought it over. So I don't really use the planer that much. So maybe other people could give you a better opinion on that one. I've not had to use a planer yet. And Howie says if you get a PVC fence, make sure it's UV stabilized and has a guarantee. Yeah. And in my area, we have to make sure it's Dade County approved. So there's all these drawings and certificates that you have to get that are, and it's really complex too. You have to, it's like being a lawyer. You have to look up all of these code numbers and make sure that the drawing is calling out like the latest approved code and everything. And they turn in these wind mitigation drawings and all that. And you have to have all of that to get your final sign off on the building permit on it, or you will not be approved. Same with your garage doors, same with your front doors, same with your windows. So it's a lot more complex working here in Florida on doing stuff like that there. And Stan the man checked in. Scotty Kilmer, who does car reviews, showed a video of some guy getting the replacement jack stands and the weld broke. Oh, so don't even get the replacements. Wow. Hey, Stan, I wanted to ask you because you mentioned last night on the live stream about that new Ryobi charger that they're going to be coming in with the 6-port one for the buy one get one. That it's not in yet, but maybe next week it'll be in. But I looked that one up online, and something that kind of bothers me about that charger is it's a 6-port charger, but did you know it only charges one battery at a time sequentially? I'm like, that's kind of weird. That to me takes the whole gang out of the getting the gang banging charger there is that it would take probably God knows how many hours now to charge all your batteries. So are you aware of that, or is there a different one that you were talking about that charges them all at the same time consecutively? So that's what we want to find out if that's coming in. So yeah, let us know here in the comments here if that's the case or not. But I wanted to point out to people if they were going to go running in there to buy this thing, make sure you know it charges sequentially, not all at the same time. Which to me, it's kind of like, I'm thinking I don't want to get that one now. Now, for some people, that might not matter. And for me, it doesn't matter because I have enough batteries anyway. I think right now I'm up to 4 or 5 Ryobi batteries. So I'm pretty good at always making sure I've got 1 or 2 fully charged. The problem is some of my tools like the blowers, they go through those batteries in 10 minutes. So you do really need to make sure you get some good sized ones, or always have one on a charger ready to go. So let's see. Jeffrey Stricko says he picked up the Makita 45-piece impact driver kit today for $19.97 at the depot. I can tell you, Ryobi has a couple of really good kits. They did a little 150-piece drill bit accessory kit like 3 years ago at the Ryobi Day sale that I picked up. It's still my favorite one. Now, I know people will bash Ryobi. Oh, it's not construction pro grade and blah, 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 blah. But it's a great lifeboat kit to have around when you're upstairs working on the project and you didn't bring all the kits that you think you need. And where's this bit? Well, I can run down to the car, get that kit, and bring it up. And it's got that one bit in there that I need, and it's going to save my life. And, I don't use those bits every single day. So, yeah, I have several accessory kits, big kits like that. There's one that I leave in my trunk all the time as my lifeboat kit. And let's see, what else we got? So, Arnavan 2010 said, Jeff, also in 2004, when the fence company put the fence in, they used nails, and many nails are pulling out. Yeah. But you just need to find out, though, this is the strange thing. Screws sound like they're better because they don't want to pull out. But you got to check your local building codes, because you would hate to screw that whole fence in together and find out that they don't want you to use screws. Because I can tell you, inside your house, when you're building a stud wall and they're doing the framing, they want those done with nails. And not just any nails. They got to be 3¼ inch long nails that you shoot into those stud walls there to do those for structure. The reason why they want nails, and this is an age-old argument that everybody in the industry has, which is stronger, a screw or a nail? Believe it or not, the nail is stronger, and it's stronger because if you take 2 pairs of pliers and go like this, you can bend a nail, but you can't bend a screw. The screw will likely break in half. The screws are more stronger, but they're more brittle laterally, so their shearing force. Let me try to do it this way. This is your screw here. The shearing force will cut those things right through them. The nails are more rubbery. They're more elastic, so they bend. So that's why they want you to use nails when you're dealing with structure. So I don't know if the fence is going to count as structure in your area. You can go to your city's website and find the building codes and stuff and download the PDF file for what their requirements are for fences. But just make sure you're looking at that before you rush out to it. So Stan, let's see, did he answer us yet? Stan has not answered us yet about that Ryobi 6 gangbang charger there. I love Scotty Kilmer. He's funny. He is hysterical. But you know what? He uses a lot of clickbait, doesn't he? He'll say like, "Goodbye YouTube," and you get on there, and he's not going here. Or he'll say something like, "That's it. This is the end," and then he's still producing videos weeks later. And so whatever his title is, does hardly ever matches the video there. Let's see, what else do we have? So BW's Electric says, if you don't use your lithium batteries for a few weeks, you don't get to keep them at full charge. You should store them at half charge so they last longer. I don't know about that. I know they had similar problems like that with the NiCad batteries there. And Dale said, would you consider using the bottom of fence posts with that rubber flex seal? No. I don't know how good the flex seal is, and I haven't seen any like engineering tests on it, so I wouldn't put something on there that may not necessarily be designed for that task. Really, at the bottom of a fence post, should just go right into the cement. Or some people that want to rest it on top, you got to use the metal plate. That's what I would do. And let's see, what else? So Jeffrey Stricko says, pulling out deck nails is pretty darn hard stuff. Yeah, you pretty much got to get your demo bar under the plank right where the nail is and just try to lift it up a little bit. And hopefully the others will come up here. Scotty is a bit weird but cool. That is correct. He is. And Master 11 Pizza says, maybe it's obvious, but I don't keep batteries on tools. Greenworks battery has lasted for years. Yes, Greenworks, great pull saw. So some tools have leakage, others don't. Believe it or not, with all my drills, I've had drills that sit around for a couple of months before I go and pick it up because I have another one that's in use. And I've never had a battery be dead when I pick up my tools. So all the newer ones are a lot better about that, I think. And Stan the Man says, Ryobi now has their new dual charger for sale. So does the 40 volt and the 18 volt and the 6-port chargers are indeed one at a time. That's terrible. Yeah, so I'm not sure I want to get that. I like the idea of having that, but I might wait till they come up with something better for that can just do them all at once. But that charger also does have USB ports on there, so it'll charge anything via USB. All right, so listen, guys, we've been on for about 2 hours. I think we've pretty much answered every question so far. So I think we'll end it here. And if you have any other questions that we didn't get to here on the live stream, once the live stream finishes and uploads, you can leave it in the comments below there, and we'll answer them as soon as we can. So with that, I want to thank all of you guys for joining us tonight, and I can't wait till we do the next tool giveaway with those craftsmen. And for those of you who tuned in late, hang on, let me just give you a quick view. So we have this one here. That's going to be on the next one. And there's the other one. I can lift up here. This is the other one we're doing right here. So as you can see, the closer we get to 100K subs, the value of these kits is getting more money. I'm just gonna have it right here. So there we have it. So yeah, we shared a lot of great tips with each other tonight, guys. So thanks again for showing up. And let me just see, there's one more comment from Maria. She said, thanks for the information, very useful. Renovating my kitchen, putting up a fence later, so appreciate the info. Have a great night. I regret not making a video when we installed a 160-foot long PVC fence at our church. Oh, yeah, the gimbal battery croaked, so it went bloop, bloop, bloop. So, all right, guys, so thanks a lot for tuning in. You guys have a safe week, and, man, try to stay safe. We're seeing more flare-ups of that COVID-19 again. So, you know, use your safe practices when you're out, and always wash your hands. Because you don't know when you've been out, who you've been near, or what you've touched. Wash your hands really good when you get back home. All right, guys. So we'll see you in a few days on the next one. Have a great one. We'll see you. Bye. It won't turn off. Ah, there we go.